Shara Kniya Perik Yud. Shara Kniya. We're up to Shlishi, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The third, we're talking about the benefits that Hachna brings, gives a person both in this world and in the next world. And there's 6, 3 here and 3 there. So this is number 3. Vashlishi ki anichni yemoitach en yosef b'nei b'nei v'ov lahem b'koroiv l'daitam l'snahag b'minhagim. He's someone who's nichna. People like him. People don't like arrogant people. They don't like show-offs. Someone who's not pulling his weight around. He's humble. He listens to other people. That's a person people enjoy being with. And to curve the datum.
Are you reading from
I'm reading on the top. Sorry. No, I always forget. Again on the bottom. He finds more favor in other people's eyes. And he doesn't have a problem like blending into the crowd. He could accept what people are saying. He could act with them. He has no problem because he's humble. They tell over about it. One king, in my hair. He always walked quickly. So he could have time unlike generally that kings would walk slowly in order to show their greatness, right? It's sort of like an arrogant thing to work with. You walk with a certain dignity, let's say, but this king.
Yeah.
He's broke.
And they sent him a message.
What happened here?
Very sweet.
Oh, can't see him either now. Okay.
No, what are we doing here?
Waiting for Rabbi Langdon to reconnect.
Okay. My lines have disappeared.
Probably having technical difficulties.
It's not going. What's happening? Okay, what's happening? We don't know, nothing's happening yet. Killed 3 people. There was an attack in a lad. 2 sons in a lad. 3 people were killed.
Guy with an axe or something.
3 people were attacked in a lad. More people. I don't know exactly what happened.
I read that the picture of a guy with like an axe.
You didn't hear any radio news, any news yet. Bailey, you hear any news?
Robert Latham coming back.
No,
Rabbi G, you want to take over?
I don't know. Where should I'll take over. I have the book in front of me, but
Halachas of Lag Bomer or whatever's next. You have what do you call it? Sheni, Pesach Sheni for Rabbi Flum's side.
I don't know. We don't say that. Like when I get a haircut, only, but we're nationality only in the day of Lag Bomer. It's Friday only lot on the dollar.
Right, but everyone. Here he comes.
Thanks to be back. Okay, I'm going to finish up. Your linesman there?
I am. I'm sorry, my internet is not responsible, not reliable. But you went weiter?
No, I didn't go any back. We're just talking. Nothing to
You shouldn't wait for me. Okay. So he said number 1, because walking quickly is less of an expression of behavior. Number 2, because by going quickly, I accomplish what I wanted to do. I'm not sure why he brought the second reason, right? The first reason, and I don't know why he brought the first thing either. Like, so the Melech said that, if he said it, Chassid said it, or the Melech said that so, and what did it add to what he had said? And number 2, and maybe it's just an add-on, that you should know when you walk quickly. All right. How did you merit to be a master? I guess you had a position to everyone in your generation, right? So Chovos nation, like Pogashti Odom. So I never met anyone who I didn't view as being greater than me. In Pogashti Ben Adam Yosef Chacham, if I met someone who was wiser than me, Amati Belibi, I said, Mustamu, it's most probably, Gam Yerushalayim Yosef Mimeni. Must be a sign that he's a greater Yerushalayim than me. I guess Yiras Hashem, Yiras Hashem. If he's a greater Chacham, he must have more Yerushalayim. If I met someone less wise than me, Amarti, so then I said, he'll be held less responsible in the Yom Adin than me. I'm wise, I know more. So I'm amazed. I know that makes him a better person, but he'll be punished less. I met someone who's older than me, so I said he must have has a lot more spirits than me. He was born before me, and therefore he's older than me. When I met someone younger, he must have less average than me. He had less time to do them. If I met someone who was like me, same age, same wisdom, if he was richer than me, being that he has the means, the wealth, I could assume that he's done more mitzvahs. If he was poor, he's more humble than me because of his poorness. Therefore, he's better than me. If we were basically equal, both in age and also in wealth, perhaps his heart in relation to Hakadosh Baruch Hu is better. I know Averos, I did so. I don't know his pair. So perhaps he's better than me. He's a great, he's closer to Hashem. He says, because I had this gisha. How do you say that in English? This is the way I approach, this is the way I view people, this is the way I approach people. Tomid kibati is kulam. So I always gave everybody more respect, and I humbled myself. In other words, he always looked to find in some way that that person is better than him. And by doing that, he would give the person respect and humble himself. And by doing that, it's a boomerang effect. People respect you, they like you, and therefore he became a leader of the generation. Gufa, because of that, hachna. And Chovos was saying that that's a trick to always find like the reason why that person is better. Have you done called them the kafschus, judge each person. Having a kabos called them the saber upon him Yahweh's. Other Mishnah. Right? Greet everybody. Greeting. Moed have a shval ruach. Another picture of us. Be very humble. Tomorrow. You should be soft, like kona, kosher keres, and not tough like a tree. And therefore the kana merited that it's the pen to write because it has the attribute of being soft, of being bending, unlike the erez. Okay, so this is another benefit. Let's go back for a minute. So what are the three benefits? First, you're sameach b'chelpei. Number two, when things aren't going so well, you could handle it. You're humble. You not have big expectations. Number three, that you find favor. People like you. Cause you even to be a leader because they respect you. And you could live with them. Easy for you to live with people who's arrogant, has a problem. He can't live with people because he looks down at all of them and he's negative about it. Someone who's humble, much easier. So that's now we'll talk about the three things that bring benefits, three benefits when it comes to Olam Haba. Tell us achasi. Someone who's humble is more ready, is more conditioned to attain wisdom. Because someone who's humble is drawn to Chachamim. And he humbles himself in front of them. He doesn't, since he's humble, he wants to be with them. And he'll follow them, he'll learn from them. Unlike an arrogant person says, why should I go with them? And if you go with the Chachamim, you get wise. You learn from them. Let your house be a place where Chachamim gather, and you should be like dirt by their feet. You should be humble. It sounds like he's understanding that this is like a progression, right? You have the Chachamim in your house, and then you humble yourself to them. And if you humble yourself to them, then it's easy for you to be makabel from them. You'll drink their words because since you're humble, it's very easy to accept from someone. When you feel that you know, you can't accept from somebody because you know. But if you feel I don't know, then you're very open to hear from other people. But a arrogant person cannot really get chachma in its pure sense. It doesn't have strong foundations, clarity. Because his arrogance doesn't let him go. By going to learn from somebody, it means you're humbling yourself. You're saying they have something I don't have and I want to get it. But if I'm arrogant, that's not my style. I have, they don't have. I have. And if so, you're not makabel and you don't get practically. It says, until him Russia could grow up, Bal Yidrash. He doesn't go learn, he doesn't go Darish because he knows. A humble person does mitzvahs quickly. The clarity, I think, is the word they use. And he's not arrogant the fact that he's doing them. But in any mitzvahs, even a small mitzvah. Someone who's humble, I guess, even simple things he's willing to do. He doesn't feel he only could do big things. But again, someone's arrogant, fulfills mitzvahs slowly, laziness, because of his arrogancy. And I don't know, how does that work? He doesn't realize that he's at the brink of losing his status until it's too late. Maybe someone can help me over here. What's the connection? He said the second tayelis is that someone who's humble is quick to do mitzvahs, and someone who's arrogant is not quick to do mitzvahs. What's the step then to like sort of a lack of sensitivity of realizing that he's going to be falling soon, he's going to lose his status?
He doesn't trust himself. He's not so, he's not so sure of himself. So,
Right.
so he won't, like if someone's too sure of himself, then they set themselves up to stumble.
Falling. I hear what you're saying, but first, I'm asking something a little different. How does this fit into the second tayelis? The second tayelis, the starter saying, is that someone who's humble will fulfill mitzvahs more because he's quick, while someone's arrogant will not. And then he takes a step to this. Is it one idea? I mean, there's supposed to be only three things here, and this seems to be. What's the connection to the tayelis hashniya? Hmm. The one who is proud procrastinates from doing the service due to his high-heartedness and inflated spirit. He does not sense this until he falls and becomes low. The one who is proud procrastinates. He does not sense this until he falls and becomes low. I'm not sure. Saying, and then he brings the pasuk. Tevel Avona says, "He who makes himself proud is hated by Hashem," which was the last thing in Mishlei. God reduces him to even less than his true level. This is like the allusion in the Midrash, an analogy to a prophet who would call themselves the giantons of the king. That was the word. Giantons. A woman who had a midget son arrived at some place and said, "My son is a giant." They replied to her, "To you he seems like a giant, but to us seems like the midget of the midget." End of Medrash. At first they said she had a midget son. Then she said he was a giant, and they reduced him even to more than his true status and said he's among the midget of the midgets. Okay, it doesn't really help us, help me at least, with understanding the flow of Teles Hashnia. And Teles Hashlishis, HaKadosh Baruch Hu accepts those actions of the Onav more so, as it says in Tilim, Zivchei Elohim Ruach Nishbara, the true carbon that Hashem expects is a broken spirit. Avanosanim Cholei Mahen is Averis of forgiving quickly to Chayzer B'Tshuva Leim. And he does Tshuva K'Veshenem Al Moira V'Oizev Yerucham Moida V'Oizev V'Nema Ki Yishpilu V'Atomer Geva V'Sach V'Shach Einayim Yoshia.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
My question?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the Teles Hashniya, he started saying that someone's an Onav will do mitzvahs quicker with bizrizas. And someone who's a Baal Gaiva will do it slowly. Right? Shana b'mal lekaimas hamitzvah b'chavitzas u'b'tzvisas. V'lo miskal shumon kaimas, and he's not arrogant that he fulfills them. V'lo mizalzel b'afachas for and he doesn't in any way be mizalzel in any mitzvah. Okay, Avalgeya Mikaimas HaMitzvahs Ba'atzla, since he's seems like anyone who's arrogant does things. First of all, that's an expression of his arrogancy, and I guess since he's arrogant, he's not in a rush to fulfill the mitzvahs. And then he adds, and he doesn't realize that he's going to be falling and he's going to be low. What's that, flow from what he was saying the Teyelis is? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, Simcha.
I don't know. It seems to flow. I don't know
Yeah.
that like it is an overall attitude. The reason why the first person rushes, the reason why he rushes is because he doesn't think that he's done enough yet. And the reason that the Baal Gaiva moves slowly is because every little thing that he does, he thinks he did so much of. So he doesn't even realize that whatever little thing he did, that he thinks is holding him afloat is gonna crash soon. Because whatever it's even being judged as less than what it is. So he has even less in the bank, much less in the bank than he thinks he has, much less. And then he doesn't even realize that until like, I don't know, I guess until he really, crashes and burns. Meanwhile, the Anav is is getting as much on as possible. He never thinks that he did enough, and he
Right.
never comes to a situation where he's gonna run out. He's gonna run out because he's always putting more away, and so he's never, so and he's doing it quickly because and he doesn't come to a place where he thinks that he's got enough that he can relax.
Then they say Rav Chaim Kanievsky used to always be worried about his chovos, right?
Right.
He was
Right.
always like, I have to,
I have so
I
much to
think-
do so.
I mean, I think Rabbi Herschel
Yeah.
once said, I think I remember him saying, Ramosha, they heard Ramosha saying, getting himself, ready to learn. It's like, what do you want to be, an Amaritz your whole life, Moshe?
Right. All right. All
I
right.
don't know. That's
Okay. And the third thing is that in fact, the actions of an Onav is more acceptable to Hashem. And when he does tshuva, his averis are quickly forgiven. I mean, a little bit that he had referred to right before when he said that someone who's arrogant, Hashem hates him, right? Just Hashem. And the first thing is Einaim Romas. So if Hashem hates you, he's not going to accept your tshuva so quickly. All right, so we're gonna stop here, and we'll be most likely finishing on Sunday, Shara Kniya, and then we'll go to Shara Tshuva, yeah? Then you do some homework?